Hello everyone. Welcome to EduTap's another insightful session of Perspective 360 degree, where we do current affair based answer writing practice in a detailed and structured manner. So if you are an aspirant preparing for exams like RBI, NABARD, etc., then this initiative is definitely going to help you with answer writing practice for the descriptive paper of phase 2. So let us begin with the discussion, and the topic that we have chosen for today is the smart cities mission of the government. And the reason why we have chosen this topic, because recently the standing committee on urban and housing affairs, it submitted its report in the parliament related to smart cities mission and evaluation. This is the name of the report. And why we are discussing this topic, because as far as our syllabus is concerned, that is the syllabus of RBI Grade B, then the topic urbanization, the theme urbanization has been mentioned very precisely in the syllabus, and smart cities mission falls under this category. The same case is with the NABARD grade A syllabus also, and that's why this topic is relevant for our exam. Now, if you are somebody who is new to our Perspective 360 degree series, then let me tell you that here firstly we give you an expected question, and we are going to discuss this expected question as a part of this session. And once this session is done, you have to write the answer of the expected question in the comment box. That will be evaluated by our team within 48 hours. And let me also add that this whole initiative is free of cost. I hope it is clear to you. So if you want your answer to get evaluated, you have to send it before Wednesday 5 p.m. Fine. Now let us go through the expected question for today, which is what are the key features of smart cities mission, and what are the primary issues and challenges faced in its challenges. So if you follow our sessions regularly, then what is the first step that we do before writing the answer? The first step is the identification of keywords. So what are the keywords mentioned in this question? The first keyword is what are the key features of smart cities mission. So the first keyword is the key feature, and the second is and what are the primary issues and challenges faced in its implementation. So the second is the challenges or the issues with respect to the implementation. So there are two keywords, the features and the challenges with respect to its implementation. Now, if we see the answer blueprint, the blueprint or the structure that you have to follow while writing your answer in the comment box and also in your exam. So you have to divide your answer into introduction, body, and the conclusion. The introduction should be around 10 to 12% of the total word limit, and the same rule applies to the conclusion also. So your introduction should be around 45 to let's say 52 words, and similarly for the conclusion also, and the rest of the word limit should be allocated to the body part, where you will write your body in the form of different headings and subheadings. Under the subheadings you will write the relevant points that have to be substantiated with the help of relevant data, facts, and examples. So I hope it is clear to you. Now let us move on to the answer. So this is a structure that we have already covered. Firstly we will talk about the introduction, then we will write the features, then the issue and challenges, and then the solutions. Now some of you would be thinking that the solution has not been asked in the question, so why we are writing it? So the point is that since the solution has not been asked in the question, so it is a general methodology that we follow in the answer writing practice, that even if the solution is not asked, so you still have to write the solution, but the point is that you have to write it in a very brief manner, unlike the way you write it when it is specifically asked. If it has been specifically asked that what are the solutions with respect to dash, or propose some solutions, that you will write in a very elaborated manner that that these are the solutions that we have to follow. You will write 5 to 6 points with respect to that. But when the solutions are not asked but the problems are asked, so what is the general methodology that we follow in answer writing practice? We still write the solution, but write in a very brief manner. Maybe just one line for 4 points. That is the idea that you have to follow, so that you are able to write the challenges with respect to solution also. Otherwise, the answer becomes incomplete, and also you will fulfill the demand of the word limit by writing it in a very brief manner. So I hope the approach is clear to you regarding why we are writing the solutions also. So whenever you face any question in the exam with respect to the issues and challenges, so always remember that even if the solutions are not asked, you still have to mention the solutions, you still have to write the solution, but very briefly. But if the solutions have been asked very precisely, then you have to elaborate it in a detailed manner. I hope the approach is clear to you. Now let us begin with our introduction part, but before directly jumping to the introduction, let me give you a very brief background. I will keep it brief regarding what is the smart cities mission of the government. So smart cities mission, let me first write it. Smart city mission of the government has been launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and the aim of or the objective of this mission is to leverage the technology and innovation in order to improve the quality of life in cities. So this is the objective of the smart cities mission. And how we are going to achieve these objectives? There are different elements, different features with respect to this mission that this mission aims to follow, such as the different elements or the features. For example, the infrastructure development, which includes development of roads, better transportation system, etc. Then also leveraging the benefits of the technology. So the technological benefits, for example, using the advanced technologies in order to develop the infrastructure of the cities, the technologies such as the Internet of Things, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, all these things. These are the type of technologies and other such technologies that are also a part of this smart city mission. Then this mission also includes the principle of citizen engagement. How how the citizens are engaged as a part of this initiative with the help of the digital platforms through which they give feedback mechanism. So by doing that, what we are doing, we are including citizen also as a part of our urban planning. And another principle is with respect to the sustainability. So it also keeps in mind that whenever the cities are developed, whenever the urbanization or the smart cities are developed, so one thing is that with the infrastructure and the technology, we also have to focus on the sustainability aspect. Sustainability aspects such as the renewable energy adoption, then green building establishment or construction, the green buildings, you must have read about it, and then the water recycling, etc. So I hope you got the basic ideas. What do we mean by smart in the cities? Smart in the cities means with the help of technology and the innovation, and keeping in mind the aspects such as the sustainability and the citizen engagement. What we are doing, we are improving the quality of life in the cities. So this is the basic idea behind the smart cities mission. Now we will jump to the introduction and see how we can write our introduction in a structured manner and within a proper word limit. I'm not going to feed you with a lot of data that has been mentioned in the report, because I'm trying my best that I will give you the I will try to give you minimum information that will help you to score the maximum marks. So that's how I've taken the things from the report. So when we talk about the introduction can be very basic, because the question is just asking about the features and the challenges of the smart city mission. So of course, the best way to start with the introduction is by telling some background about the smart cities mission. So let us see how we can write it. So the smart city mission is the central sponsored scheme launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in 2015. So what do you mean by centrally sponsored scheme? That it means it includes the funding from both center and states. I hope you know these basic things. Now the second point that we can write it, once we are telling about the ministry and about its basic background, then we can talk about the objective. The objective is to promote cities that offer core infrastructure, clean and sustainable environment, and decent quality of life to the citizens through the application of smart solutions. Now, what are the smart solutions? We are going to see it in the next slide when we are going to see the features of the city mission. So, this is about the objective that we can write in the introduction. Thirdly, what we can do is we can also write about its funding. So, central government provides financial support to the extent of rupees 48,000 crore over 5 years. So even if you don't remember the funding, I mean, if you encounter this question accidentally in the exam, you're not prepared for it, then it's okay. You cannot do anything regarding that, but do not bluff the data. The point is that if you do not know the data, if you do not know the numbers, do not bluff the data. So that is my point. For example, if you know that somewhere the central government financial support is around it is within the range of 40 to 50,000 crores. So what you can write is the central has provided more than 40,000 crore for its funding. This is how you can write the approximate figures regarding the data. But if you do not remember the precise data, what you can do, either you can skip it or you can write this approximate data. So that's the point. So I hope the approach is clear to you how we can write the introduction, and this is how we can cover different aspects of the introduction. Now let us move on to the second part, which is the body part of the answer, where we'll talk about the different features. I have already given you a brief overview regarding the features of the smart cities mission. Now let us see what other features that we can write in our answer and how we can structure it. So as I said in the initial phase of the session, that how do we structure our answer in the form of different headings and the subheadings. So the first subheading is regarding the integrated development. So what do we mean by integrated development? This I've already explained to you, that the mission, the smart city mission, not only talk about the infrastructure. Otherwise, it would have been a narrow perspective or the objective of the whole mission. The mission works in an integrated manner by focusing not only on the infrastructure but also the technology, the sustainability, the community participation. By focusing on the environment, then the inclusive development, we are going to see how it ensures the inclusive development. All these things are taken care by this mission. So that's why we say that this whole mission is not working on some narrow objective. It is working in an integrated manner by taking care about the different aspects or the demand of the society or the cities, the problems related to the cities. So let us read the explanation. So by targeting various aspects of urban living such as infrastructure, transportation, energy, environment, and technology, the mission seeks to integrate well rounded sustainable cities. Integrated development ensures that improvement in one area complement and support enhancement in other areas, leading to harmonious and efficient urban development. Through this approach, the mission aims to address the diverse needs, which means the inclusive needs, by implementing it in an inclusive manner to for all the sections of the society. It aims at improving the overall quality of the life for residents. So this is what we mean by the integrated development. So the next feature is the smart solutions. So smart solutions means the solutions that can be obtained by leveraging the use of technology, such as in various applications. For example, in traffic management, you must have seen the smart cameras that helps in the traffic management. Then smart energy management, for example, implementing the smart grids. then also in solid waste management, for example, by using the IoT enabled bins for efficient waste collection. IoT means Internet of Things. So these are the smart bins that are more efficient for the collection of waste. Then there can also be the integrated smart healthcare by utilizing the telemedicines. So you can see how we are obtaining smart solutions to achieve our objective of smart cities mission by leveraging the use of technologies. So these are the different examples that you can write in your answers also. So let us read it for once. It emphasizes the adoption of smart solutions including information and technology to enhance quality of life for residents. This includes technology for efficient resource management, traffic management, waste management, and public service delivery. So this is how we obtain smart solutions. The third is the area based development. So when we talk about the area based development under smart cities mission, then it includes three components. The first component is the retrofitting. The second component is the redevelopment, and the third component is greenfield development. So what do we mean by retrofitting? Retrofitting means upgrading or improving the existing infrastructures. So it means upgrading the existing infrastructures. For example, there are uh, old street lights in a city that are consuming a lot of energy and are inefficient for the city development. Then what we can do, we can replace them with smart LEDs that will be more energy efficient. And what we can do, we can integrate them with central management system. So this is how what we mean by the retrofitting, which means upgrading the existing infrastructure. The second is the redevelopment, which means demolishing the existing infrastructure and building the new one. For example, if there is a city that has old buildings and which is causing a lot of problem to the citizens, so what the government can do, government can create new buildings in order to solve this problem. So this is what we mean by redevelopment. It means starting again from the scratch. The third is the greenfield development. It means development in the vacant areas. So the areas where there was no development, for example, if a city decides to build a new satellite town around it in order to accommodate its new population. So this can be an example of greenfield development. So this is what we mean by area-based development, which includes the retrofitting, redevelopment, and the greenfield development, on the basis of which we cater the demands of different type of areas depending on their existing position. So let us read the lines for once. So strategic components of ABD, which means area based development, are retrofitting, redevelopment, and the greenfield development. So retrofitting, I have already explained you the existing build up area to in order to do city improvement by replacing the existing structure to make them more efficient ones. Then the second is the redevelopment, which means replacing of the existing infrastructure with enhanced infrastructure using mixed land use and increased density. The third is the greenfield development, which means the development or the smart solutions on previously vacant area using innovative planning, plan financing, and plan implementation tools such as the land pooling with provision for affordable housing, especially for the poor. So I hope this is clear to you what do we mean by area based development. The third is the inclusive development. So inclusive, I've explained multiple times that inclusive means in order to cater the demands of all sections of society, especially the poor and the marginalized population. So how smart cities accommodate the inclusive development? So the mission aims to ensure inclusive growth by catering the needs of all segments of society, including marginalized community. It seeks to bridge socio-economic disparities and create opportunity for all the residents. And also I have given an example because the in order to give you a clarity regarding this point, so you can take the example of Surat. It was there in the newspaper that India's Surat smart city initiatives provide inclusive growth by improving access to basic service in underserved areas. Project include the development of affordable housing, sanitation facilities and healthcare centers to benefit marginalized communities. So this is nothing but the value addition for your answers. When I say in my session that you have to substantiate your argument with the help of relevant data, facts, and examples, so this is what I'm talking about. That try to substantiate is using such examples or the relevant data. The next is the involvement of public-private partnerships. So the partner models are also involved in the implementation of smart cities missions in order to leverage the expertise and the resources of both public and the private sectors. So what it will help? It will help to include the expertise of the public and the private sector, and also will help the government to manage the funds by the involvement of private sector. So it will help to bring innovative solutions and efficient project implementation. Then the next feature of smart cities mission is integrated command and control center. So integrated command and control center is a centralized hub for monitoring and managing various functions within the city using digital technology. So it is a centralized hub that harnesses the real-time data and analytics and enables authorities to make faster and more informed decisions. So what it does, it collects the data from different urban systems such as transportation, public safety, utilities and municipal services. And what it does with the data, it uses the data in order to make faster and more informed decisions for the optimum or the optimized resource allocation. So this is the aim of the integrated command and control center. So after going through the features, now let us go through, I've highlighted the wrong one. Now we will go through the issues and challenges. So when we talk about the different issues and challenges that affect the smart city mission implementation, the first challenge is frequent variations in the project. So it has been observed that since the time that this initiative has been announced, there have been multiple modifications and variations as far as the implementation of this initiative is concerned. So for example, the city has initially planned to execute around 5151 projects, but the projects have increased to 7,970 due to modification and changes in the initial planning. So this is the problem that has been highlighted in the report with respect to the implementation of the smart cities mission. And the main reason why this problem has arrived is because of issues related to land availability, then legal disputes, regulatory hurdles, financial constraints, and technological related issues. So this is the first challenge that has been highlighted in the report regarding the issue for the implementation of smart cities mission. So the second point is regarding lack of financial progress with respect to the smart cities implementation. So the point is that in order to implement the smart cities mission, what the government has done, government has created special purpose vehicle. This special purpose vehicle is a separate entity that has been formed by the government, that has been given the responsibility in order to implement the smart cities mission in the different cities. So this vehicle has been created, or this body or entity has been created. Now the problem is that this vehicle has suffered multiple problems due to the lack of the availability of funds. So that is an important issue with respect to the smart city mission. So there have been instances where some cities have experienced low funds transfers and receiving less than 50% of the eligible funds from the central government. So this is how the funding is also an important issue regarding its implementation. The third is the intercity disparity in the progress. So it has been observed that when it comes to the implementation of this mission, some cities are performing, some cities such as the Surat are performing too good or excellent with respect to the implementation of the smart cities mission. Whereas other cities that are at the bottom of the ranking, they are not putting enough efforts. The implementation efforts are not there in order to uh, reach the objective of smart cities mission. So that has led to the intercity disparity in progress of this mission. So there is significant disparity in project progress among different cities, while top performing cities show low percentage of incomplete projects, and cities at the bottom of the ranking have a higher percentage of projects still at the work order stage, indicating low progress. So it means these projects are still at the working stage, they have still not been completed. So I've written that data that in comparison with an average 6% incomplete projects in the rank wise 20 best performing cities. So the top 20 best cities, in these cities only 6% projects are incomplete. Whereas among the cities that are at the bottom, the 20 bottom cities, in these cities only, in these cities around 40% projects are at the stalled position. It means at the work order stage. So this is the disparity that is there among the cities with respect to the progress of this mission. The next point is regarding the lack of monitoring for convergence projects. So it has been observed that even after the establishment of the integrated command and control center, there are still major hurdles with respect to the implementation and the monitoring of the projects of this mission. So convergence projects involving multiple stakeholders often face delays in implementation due to coordination issues and lack of effective monitoring mechanisms. The involvement of various agencies complicates project management and can lead to delay in receiving feedback and resolving issues. So this is also an important problem with respect to the monitoring of the issue. The next challenge is lack of cross learning. So one of the feature of the smart cities mission is the concept of sister cities. As I told you that when it comes to the implementation of the smart cities mission, there has been intercity disparity in the progress. So there are some cities that are doing very good as compared to the implementation, whereas some cities that are not keeping the pace, they are not implementing it in a right direction. So the lag is there among the cities. So what the central government has done, central government came with the idea of 2020. As per this idea of 2020, under the sister cities, what it has done, the 20 top cities are going to help the 20 bottom cities. So if there are certain cities that are facing the common type of challenges, for example, if there are two cities, let's say X and Y, one at the top and one is at the bottom, so what they will do, they will sign a memorandum of understanding with each other in order to bring down this lag. So this top city is going to help or share the knowledge with this bottom city, and that's how they are going to grow together. For example, the Ahmedabad, which has been ranked at the top, one of the top best performing cities, has been paired with Chandigarh, that has ranked 81. Similarly, the Nagpur, with rank second, has been paired with Port Blair, with rank 96th. So this is an example how the sister cities concept was created by the government. Also, it has been done at the international level also. For example, the Chennai has been paired with the Chongqing city of China. But the problem is that even after this cross learning experiment, even after adopting this strategy, the mission has not been able to achieve its objective. The lag is still there, and the report has found that even after adopting such strategies, the mission or the cities have not been able to utilize their maximum potential with respect to the implementation. So let us go through it. Despite initiatives such as sister cities, which promote knowledge exchange between cities, there is often underutilization of this platform for cross learning. Cities fail to leverage opportunities for sharing best practices, experience, and innovative solutions with their counterparts. Example, Chennai established a sister city with Chongqing, China, but not able to fully capitalize on this partnership for knowledge exchange and collaboration. So, the point is that the cities are not following this principle of healthy competition. The city should compete with each other. For example, in the states we have indices, and what the states do in order to improve their development, one of the things that they do is the spirit of competitive federalism among the states. So such type of thing should be there among the cities also, so that cities should do healthy competition with each other and learn from each other through knowledge partnership and sharing the experiences in order to become better through cross learning experience. So this is what the point is. Now, the next or the last point is lack of design governance structure of SPVs, special purpose vehicles, that I have already explained you, the vehicles or the entities that had been created in order to implement this smart cities mission. So, the SPVs responsible for the project execution face challenges due to frequent changes in leadership, lack of clear guidelines, insufficient monitoring mechanisms. These governance issues hamper the effectiveness of SPVs in delivering smart cities projects. So several SPCs, different cities have performed or have underperformed due to issues such as the staff shortages, limited capabilities, and inadequate monitoring mechanism. I've added an example also of Jaipur. So it was there in the newspaper that in Jaipur, due to the frequent changes in the CEO position, led to disruption in the project execution, affecting the overall progress of smart city initiatives. Similarly, in Ahmedabad, SPV struggled with staff turnover and lacked clear directive, resulting in delays and inefficiencies in project management. So, this is the value addition that you can do in your point and can write it in a concise manner. So these are the issues. Now, as I told you, even if the solutions are not been asked in the question, but if the traditional answer writing approach is that even if the solutions are not asked, what you have to do after writing the challenges, you will write the solution, but in a very concise manner. You don't have to elaborate too much, unlike the way you do it when it has been precisely asked. So in this way, you can write the solution. I've written it in a bit lengthy manner. You don't have to write so much of detail. Just keep it very precise in order to, you know, touch the criteria of word limit. So the first solution is these solutions have been recommended in the report to prepare a master plan for greenfield projects. I already told you what are greenfield projects for the greenfield development, that is development on the vacant areas. So Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs should start spearhead the planning and provide expertise for preparing the master plan of urban local bodies, and it should incorporate sustainable green technologies. Then the second point is regarding the governance structure of SPVs. I told you about the challenges that are being faced by the special purpose vehicles regarding the appointment of CEOs, then the tenure of CEOs. So all these issues should be tackled in order to improve the governance structure. The third point is regarding the strengthening of urban local bodies. So a plan should be chalked out to strengthen the capabilities of urban local bodies in smart cities and enhance their capabilities to tap innovative financing mechanisms such as municipal bonds, pooled finance mechanism, etc. So these are the keywords that you can write in your answer. Don't elaborate it too much, but what you can do, write these keywords so that examiner can read these keywords and can award you maximum marks, and so that you gain some sort of competitive edge in the examination. The last is the role of ICCC's integrated command and control centers. So its role should be expanded by enabling them to provide a variety of services in the field of health, energy security, waste management, traffic management, disaster management, and e-governance, etc. So these are the different solutions or the way forward that can be adopted in order to make the implementation of smart cities better. Now the last part is the conclusion that we are going to discuss in a structured manner as we do in all our lectures. So when we talk about the conclusion, as we do it in all our sessions, we have to divide our conclusion into conclusion, starter, then the explanation of starter, and then the way forward. These are the three things that we consider while writing our conclusion, while designing or structuring our conclusion. So in the starter, what we do, we rephrase the thesis that has been mentioned in the question. So, talking simply, what we do, we take a certain stand with respect to the question where we agree or disagree with the stand. So agreement means the positive connotation with respect to the thesis, and disagreement means the negative connotation with respect to the thesis. Now the question is, let me reread the question. What are the key features of the smart cities mission and what are the primary issues and challenges with its implementation? So what we are going to do, we are going to talk about the smart cities mission. We are going to tell that yes, smart city mission is an important mission of the government. This is going to be our starter. Simply repeating, or I would say rephrasing the thesis or addressing the question, what has been mentioned in the question, you will write about the smart city mission while starting the conclusion. The next part is explaining the why of the starter. Why do you think the smart city is the important mission? Why it holds a pivotal importance? That is going to be the second part of the conclusion. The third part is the way forward, which means what next. Smart city is a great mission, why it is a great mission, and what we need to do more in order to make it a more successful mission. This is how we're going to break down our conclusion. Now let's see how we are going to implement it in our lines. So, firstly, the smart city mission holds a significant relevance in modern urban development strategies addressing the pressing needs of sustainable, technologically advanced cities. So, this is what we are writing our conclusion starter, where we are starting with rephrasing the thesis that smart cities mission holds a significant relevance in modern city urban development and to make the cities more technologically advanced. Now, how it is doing that? Why do we think so? That is our explanation part. Its significance lies in, so this significance lies in the ability to enhance the quality of life, drive economic growth, and promote environmental sustainability. This is the second part of our conclusion. The last part is the way forward, which is we can write it like moving forward, effective collaboration between stakeholders, the robust governance structures, and continuous monitoring are essential for overcoming the implementation challenges and realizing the mission's vision of smart, inclusive, and urban environments that cater to the evolving needs of the residents. So, this is our way forward, that we need to create an effective collaboration between stakeholders, robust governance structures, and continuous monitoring of the implementation system. That's how we have fulfilled all three demands by writing the starter, then giving the explanation of the starter, the why of the starter, and a way forward. That's how we can write an effective conclusion. I hope the approach is clear to you. Now let us move on to the next part, where we discuss the answer of the question that was asked in the last video. So this I have added in this initiative in order to make your learning experience better. So I'm not saying that this answer is bad. This answer is well written. He has addressed all the dimensions that were asked in the question, but I'm going to point out few mistakes so that you can make your answer writing practice more efficient. So firstly, he's talking about the introduction. So those of you who do not know how to structure your answer, he has structured his answer very well by writing the introduction, then the body where he has put the subheadings, I mean the headings, and under it he is putting the subheadings. There he is not putting the subheadings. He has written these points in a very casual manner. Though he has given a dimension, but the point is that he is lacking somewhere when we talk about the competitive edge in the exam. Are you getting my point? What is competitive edge? You are going to understand it very soon when I will show you this answer. Now look at this answer written by someone else. I have not written the name. I've cropped out the name unintentionally, but these are the points that are the similar point, the similar structuring, or the points have written by this person also, and both the answers have been written under the word limit criteria. But the point is that when you read his points, he has given the headings, introduction, then the headings, the subheadings, and here also he has given the subheadings, and what he has done, he has explained these points in a better manner. Now, I'm not saying that the answer written by this person is wrong. This answer is not wrong. I'm not calling this answer as wrong. But what I am saying is that this answer is lacking somewhere to give this guy the competitive edge that he can gain in the exam. So, if you read these 2 points and then these 2 points, can you find the difference? What he has done, he has given the subheading and has also given the explanation. Why does he think that the lack of proper structuring is one of the important problems with respect to the climate resilient farming? So he has written about the lack of availability of quality seeds, fragmentation of land due to inheritance, incapable of post harvesting infrastructure. In rainfed areas, farmers are over dependent on rainfall, making farmers susceptible to towards drought and erratic weather conditions. So even if you don't want to write it too lengthy, what you can do, you can write these points, the three points, but in a concise manner. The point I want to make is that these points or these last 2 points are better than his points. So somewhere he is going to get a better competitive edge, though I'm going to discuss the faults in his answer also. But the point is that his structuring skills are better as compared to the first person. So this is the first mistake that I'm pointing out. So secondly, he has written these points. These points are good, but again he has missed the subheadings in these points, written it in a casual manner, a way very general answer I would say, has not been substantiated enough with the help of data, fact, or example. Again, I'm saying this answer is not wrong. There is nothing wrong with this answer. The point is that this answer is not good enough in order to give him a competitive edge, because when he will write the phase 2 of the exam, all the people will have the similar type of knowledge. They are going to be serious aspirants. So people writing the phase 2 exam will be having somewhere equivalent knowledge. The difference lies how you present that knowledge on your answer. So see here, also he has given the subheadings. Now when we talk about the second answer, the problem with this answer is that he has written in this introduction, what is climate resilient farming. This is the heading that he is putting in his introduction, which is totally wrong. You are not supposed to write such type of headings in the introduction. uh, and to be precise, you do not have to write a heading for the introduction. Just start your introduction very straightforwardly. Don't start it like it refers to adoption of, by framing the question, then writing it refers to adoption of. This is a wrong approach. You have to write straightforwardly by mentioning that climate resilient farming is an agriculture practice, and then XYZ. You can give the explanation. Another problem with this answer is that he has given this heading of conclusion also. Do not write these headings. Do not write the separate heading for mentioning the conclusion or for the introduction. Just write the introduction straightforwardly. Give headings only for the body part, headings and subheadings, and at the end when you are writing the conclusion, there is no need of heading. You can just straightforwardly write the conclusion in a structured manner, the way I've explained you, the three-step approach, and that would be more than enough. So I approach, I have not taken more than enough time in order to discuss that. You can give your feedback in the comment section whether adding these screenshots is beneficial for you or not, if it helps you in any way, and you can give your other feedbacks also, what more I can do in order to make this initiative better. So that is it for today. So this is the question that you have to write in the comment box, and the evaluation is free of cost. So you have to submit your answer within 48 hours. So you can download the PPT or the PDF of this whole session from our Telegram channel. So that is it for today, and all the best.